All right, it's my favorite video to make every unit. It's the going over the review packet. So make sure that as I'm going through this, you are fixing the mistakes that you made, because again, this is very similar to the test. Okay, if you make a mistake on this and don't fix it, you're probably going to make the same mistake on the test. Okay, so you want to fix it. You want to break any bad habits that you have, and we'll get ready for that test coming up. All right. Greatest common factor, that's when you break the numbers down. You can break them down in different ways, but 18, I'm going to break it into 9 times 2. I can circle the 2. 9, I can break down into 3 times 3. There it is. 3 times 3 times 2 is 18. So now I got to break down 60. I'm going to do 10 and 6. You could do different ways, but I'm going to do 10 and 6. So you get a better view. I apologize if this is a little... Hopefully I didn't make you dizzy. All right, 10, 5 times 2, 6, 3 times 2. All right, now we're looking. Do they have anything in common? Yes. They have a 2. So we cross the 2's off. They have a 2. Now, is that it? No, that is not it. They also have a 3. Crossing those 3's out. A 3. Well, what's 2 times 3? 2 times 3 is 6. That was it. That was all they had in common, so I'm done. 2 times 3 is 6. That means the GCF is 6. So if you got that, give yourself a little tiny star. That's awesome. All right, let's try this next one here. What is the least common multiple of 8 and 12? This one's pretty straightforward, so we're going to count by 12s. 12, 24. I'm going to keep going, even though I don't have to. 36. One of these numbers it should be the least common multiple. We got 8, 16. Make sure you're counting accurately. At 20, oh, there you go, 24. That's the first number they both have in common. That's the least common multiple. 24. Give yourself a tiny star. Yeah, 24. All right, I did give you quite a big hint on this word problem here on the previous video. It says a warehouse is 3 shelves that can hold 8, 12, or 16 skateboards. Each shelf has sections holding the same number of skateboards. What is the greatest number of skateboards that can be put in a section? This is greatest common factor. Okay? So again, like if it says like the most or the greatest, that is an indication that it's probably greatest common factor. So we're going to set these up to break them down. 8, 12, 16. I kind of wrote them maybe a little too close, but see how this works out. 8, I'm going to do, 4 and 2. Circle the 2. 4, I'm going to do 2 times 2. There it is. 12, 4 times 3. Sure. 4 times 3. Nope, shouldn't circle the 4. I got too hasty there. Got too excited. Circle the 3, break the 4 down into 2 times 2. 16, 4 times 4. 4 times 4. Break down the 4s. Oop. So I'm just getting too excited with these 4s. 2 times 2. And then this 4 is also 2 times 2. Now, we're only looking at the circled numbers. Yes, I see they all have a 4 in common. However, these 4s are not circled. That's why it's really important that you circle the numbers that you cannot break down, because it'll show you what's left over. All right. They all have a 2. Remember, each number has to have the number in common. So they each have a 2. So I'm going to write a 2 down here. Oh, broke the tip there. All right, what else do they have? They have each number has another 2. Another 2. 1, 2, 3. And that's it. Now, you might be thinking, oh, this number is a 2 and this number is a 2. But this 12 has no other 2s. It only has a 3. And there's nothing else that any of these numbers share. Again, we're only looking at the circled numbers, so we're done. 2 times 2 is 4. So what is the greatest number of skateboards that can be put in a section? The answer would be 4 skateboards. All right. Sometimes I wish I knew how to skateboard. Just no good on one. I've tried it a few times, but it's never really worked out. All right. So This next one, number 4, it says the line A bus arrives at the bus stop every 25 minutes. The line B bus arrives every 15. Both are at the bus stop right now. In how many minutes will both be at the bus stop again? There's the key word. When is this going to happen again? That is least common multiple. That's like the Ferris wheel problem. When are the Ferris wheels going to be back together again? When are Ernesto and Kamala going to art class? When are they going to meet each other again? So that is least common multiple. So we're gonna make a list. We're gonna make a list. I'm gonna count by 25s, count by 15s. We'll see what number comes up first. Oh, by the way, you got 4. Tiny star. I'm gonna count by 25s first. 25, can't stop there. 50, nope, can't stop there. 25, maybe. I'm gonna go up to 100. So I'm thinking maybe 75. We'll see, though. Here we go. Let's count by 15s. 15, 30. Be careful with your counting. 45. Make sure their next number is not 50 because that's only 5 up. We want 15 up. 45 plus 5 is 50. Plus 15 would be 60. And then, believe it or not, 75. So it's an hour and 15 minutes. The answer, I would also take 75 minutes. If you put an hour and 15 minutes, that's pretty good. But 75 minutes is adequate. That's the least common multiple. Again, when is this going to happen again? That's least common multiple. Tiny star if you got 75. All right, well, that's the first page. Just a couple more pages. Let's try this out. All right, reciprocal. All those are easy. Reciprocal of 4/5. Just flip it. It's 5/4. That's it. If you got that, tiny star. Nice, nice. 9. Well, 9's not a fraction, but we can write 9 as a fraction. 9/1. The reciprocal of 9/1 is 1/9. That's it. That's all you got to do. Tiny star. So whenever you see that whole number, if you need to make a reciprocal, put it over 1. Then just flip it. Okay. Number 6. Now we're doing these all the same way. First things first, I'm going to write this as a division of fractions. 6/1 divided by 3/4. Same steps we've been using. Keep, change, flip. The magic letters. Keep the first number, change division of multiplication, flip that fraction, 4/3. Now, I believe we did this problem when we were talking about those field hockey games a while ago. So this is the same numbers. If you look diagonally, can you simplify? Well, not 4 and 1, no. 6 and 3, you bet. You can divide 6 and 3 by 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 2 times 4 is 8. 1 times 1 is 1. 8 divided by 1 is 8. Should have gotten 8 if you got 8. Nice. If you didn't, remember, fix them. Don't leave them incorrect. If you got it wrong, something might have happened with keep, change, flip. You got to make sure you write these letters, keep, change, flip. If you got 24/3, well, 24 divided by 3 is still 8. Still 8, no matter what. All right. Same thing here. 4/5. I'm going to write it as division first. 4/5 divided by 9/10. I'm going to keep, change, flip. I'm going to keep that first number. Keeping it. Change that division. Changing it. 9/10 becomes 10/9. I'm looking diagonally. Can I do anything? Well, 4 and 9 don't have a common factor, but 10 and 5 do. You can divide those both by 5. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 10 divided by 5, that's 2. That's all we can do here. What's 4 times 2? Well, that's 8. 1 times 9, and that's 9. And that's it, because that's a fraction. That's a proper fraction, because the numerator is less than the denominator. No need to change that to anything. That's it. 8/9. Nice. Nice. All right. This one here, this is a good one. This is a good one. So I'm going to start off writing it. Division. Oh, the lights turned off. Probably not surprised that that happened. Okay. All right. We're going to keep it, change it, flip it. Notice, for all these problems, I'm doing them the exact same way. Writing the fractions first with division, keep, change, flip. Then keeping, changing, and flipping. Keeping, changing, flipping. Now, here comes the big question. Can we simplify? Let's see. 8 and 4. Oh, yeah. You can divide 8 and 4 both by 4. 8 divided by 4 is 2. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 12 and 9. Let's see. You could divide 12 and 9 by 3. 12 divided by 3 is 4. 9 divided by 3 is 3. Okay, well, let's go ahead and multiply. So we did a double simplify right there. That's nice. That's nice. Make it so instead of like dealing with 32/48, we're now dealing with 6/4. That's a whole lot easier. Now 6/4, it seems like we can simplify that again. Well, 4 goes into 6 once. 2 left over out of 4. That's not simplified yet. 2/4, you can divide them both by 2. So you get 1/2. So again, you always want to be, sorry, probably couldn't see that. You always want to be checking to see if you can simplify still. So even though we did some cross simplifying, you could still simplify this a bit more. The reason we had to simplify it kind of twice, we simplified it here, but then also to simplify it here, was that this fraction here, 8/12, we could have simplified that right in the problem. We could have simplified that to 2/3. So you could be on the lookout for that, I suppose. But you should have gotten 1.5. 1 and 2/4 is close, but you'd want to simplify the 2/4 to 1/2. 8/9, by the way, if you got 8/9, tiny star. All right, last page here. The finale page. Again, I hope you're correcting your mistakes. Don't just look at your paper if it's wrong. You'll want to fix it because you want to be prepared for the test coming up. Mark ate 3/4 pints of malt ice cream. Okay. Brenda ate a half pint of mint chocolate chip ice cream. How many times more ice cream did Mark eat? All right, so this is division. We're comparing Mark to Brenda. We want to compare Mark to Brenda. So Mark's going first. Mark. And Brenda is a half. That's Brenda. She's going second. We're comparing Mark to Brenda. Mark goes first, Brenda second. We're going to keep, change, flip once we got this all set up. Again, if you flip these numbers, you're going to get a different answer. So make sure if you had the numbers in the wrong place that you put them in the correct spot. You get 3/4 times 2/1. Now you can look diagonally. 3 and 1, nothing. 4 and 2, you bet. You can divide 4 and 2 by 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 3 times 1 is 3. 2 times 1 is 2. Well, we got to change that to a mixed number. 2 goes into 3 only once. There's 1 left over. We're going to keep the denominator. 2. There it is. Okay. Now coming to my favorite problem. So that's the mixed numbers. So to change the mixed numbers to improper fractions, because we need improper fractions to divide. You cannot divide like this. You cannot divide these mixed numbers like as they look right now. So we're going to multiply the bottom, add the top. 5 times 4 is 20, plus 1 is 21/5. This one here, we're multiplying the bottom, adding the top. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. Notice, I'm still writing the division first. That's the first step we've taken for all of these. We're going to write the division first, then we're going to change stuff and keep stuff and flip stuff. So we're going to keep, change, flip. 21/5, change the division, multiplication, flip that fraction. It's going to be 3/7. All right, let's look diagonally. 5 and 3, nothing. Nothing we can do with that. 21 and 7. Oh, we can divide them both by 7. So instead of dealing with 63/35, we can do something easier. So we can divide them both by 7. 21 divided by 7 is 3. 7 divided by 7 is 1. 3 times 3, that's all we can do, by the way. 3 times 3 is 9. 5 times 1 is 5. 5 goes into 9 once. there'd be 4 left over. And we're going to keep, that, keep breaking this thing. We're going to keep that denominator. One way you can check it again is to do the cycle, or the little cycle thing, little swoop. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 4 is 9. That's going to be 9/5. So these are the same. So that's the answer. Give yourself a tiny star for that one. This one, I forgot the label. Should be 1.5 times more. So Mark has 1.5 times more ice cream than Brenda. Maybe Brenda. Maybe next time. Maybe next time you get more than Mark. All right. Sorry, I missed that label there. All right. So we got the mixed number. We're good with that one. All right. Let's try number 11. The last one here. Sarah has 4 pounds of diced chicken. Now, whenever you're dealing with raw chicken, you got to make sure to wash your hands a lot. So hopefully Sarah's on that. Each batch of chicken salad uses 3/5 pounds of diced chicken. How many batches of chicken salad can she make? All right. To set this up, we have to figure out what number are we putting first. We're going to put the number that we're dividing up, the total that she's starting with. She's starting with 4 pounds. I'm going to write it as a fraction. And we're dividing it by 3/5. We're seeing how many times does 3/5 fit into 4. Can't do that. Got to keep, change, flip it. So again, every single time we're doing the same thing. We're writing the division. Keep, change, flip. Keep it. Change it. Flip it. No, I don't know if we can simplify anything here. We got the 4 and the 3, got the 5 and the 1. So no simplifying diagonally. So we'll just multiply. 4 times 5 is 20. 1 times 3 is 3. Now we got to change it to a mixed number. 3 goes into 20 would be 6 times. You could, of course, put the top in the box and see what you get, but it is 6. 6 times 3 is 18. 18. So there's 2 left to get to 20 out of 3. Now, just to double check that, do this little swoop here. 3 times 6 is 18, plus 2 is 20, 20/3. Okay. So this is 6 2/3 batches. Now, how many full batches can she make? The answer would be 6 full batches. Now, if you had 6 2/3 batches, that's fine. If you had 6 full batches, that's fine too. It's just different ways of interpreting the problem. I'm not 100% sure what a batch is. I don't think it's like not a definite amount of something. So you can have, I guess you could have 2/3 of a batch or part of a batch. So that's it. That's the review packet. So if you had either one of those, give yourself a tiny star. So again, my hope for you is that you got them all right. But if you didn't get them all right, if you got some wrong, I hope that you went back and changed them. It's going to help you when you take the test because these problems are very similar. All right, gang. If you have any questions for the test, let me know. Reach out to me through email or on Google Classroom. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If not, I will be seeing you next class, and we'll do that test. All right. Have a great day. See ya.